I don't know how I can be normal about this, okay? To be so honest, I forgot how much this sucks. I am obsessed with these silly little gay hockey players, and I'm about to make it everybody's problem. It honestly haunts me. I was actually really embarrassed. I'm gonna be so honest, I forgot how much this sucks and my hands are freezing. But it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. While I wait for my car to defrost, I figured I'd give a little update. It is Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, so Black Friday, super fun. I'm not planning on doing much Black Friday shopping, but I am gonna run some errands. My mental health has been in the gutter, so I'm kind of having a me day. I also am using today to be like the kind of start of forcing myself to get off my phone and no more doom scrolling. I just have been doom scrolling so bad. I've been way more addicted to my phone recently than I have been, I think, ever. So I really want to work on staying off my phone, going out and doing things, not just laying in my bed and doom scrolling and spiraling. So that's the objective for today. But yeah, first I'm going to go to Half Price Books. I'm looking for one book in specific, and if they don't have it, I'm gonna try to not buy anything, but if I see something that's like a really good steal, I might have to. And then I'm gonna go to the Michaels that I believe is right next door. It used to be a Joann's. I don't know. I'm hoping I can find a craft store nearby, because I have decided I'm gonna crochet people. Yesterday I wrote out a whole list of what my Christmas gifts are for people, and for a couple of people I'm crocheting things. Now, when I say this, I need everyone to know that I don't really know how to crochet, okay? I have crocheted one complete thing in my entire life, one, and it was a book sleeve, and I gave it to Milo Manheim. And it's probably in the garbage, so there's no proof that I can even crochet. I genuinely, I don't know how to follow a pattern. I'm really bad at like paying attention and like counting stitches, or like, again, following a pattern. I'm not really good at that. I kind of just start doing it the way that I know how to do it, and I wing it. So it'll be interesting. Definitely forcing myself to learn a new skill. My issue is that I look up these tutorials, and then I get too like what's the word? I get too excited. I start doing it before they finish. They're taking too long to explain. So I start doing it, and then I'm just doing my own thing, and I completely just like disregard the video. So we're gonna work on that. Yeah, that's all I have for today. I definitely need to do some like laundry. I want to update my book journal, and maybe I'll bring you along tomorrow. We're getting our Christmas tree for my parents' house. And then we're going to our neighbors for an Ohio State watch party, but I'm only going to be there for a little bit, because then I'm going to dip out and I'm going to Twilight in concert. I'm so excited. I've seen like mixed reviews on it of whether people had fun or not going, but I'm just excited. I just need to do something fun, and that's for me. And this is it. I'm so excited. I love Twilight, and I'm so excited. But that's all for now. First, we're gonna go get coffee, and then we're gonna go run our errands. Okay, I'm waiting in line to get my Dunkin' right now, but yesterday when I came to get Dunkin', I was so embarrassed because my windows were frozen shut, and I didn't realize, so it was like my turn to order, and I panicked because there's like 10 cars behind me, and I was like, I forgot that your windows can freeze, and I forgot. I don't know, I was just so embarrassed, and I panicked, and then I had to open my door at the window, and it honestly haunts me. I was actually really embarrassed. back home. I have so much cleaning and unpacking to do. I left the Ohio State Michigan watch party a little early because I'm a bit overwhelmed about that. So I'm gonna work on that now, and then I think it's like 3:40, 3:50, maybe it's 4 by now. And then I'm gonna get ready because I'm going to the Twilight in concert tonight. I'm excited. I'm so tired. So I'm gonna try to get through all of this so I can take a nap before I go, because I don't want to be falling asleep in the middle of this movie orchestra thing. I really don't know what I'm getting myself into. That's another thing. I have no clue what I'm gonna wear either. So we'll figure it out. We will figure it out together. We will. Okay, hello. I finished cleaning up and I got like halfway ready for the Twilight in concert thing. I don't think I'm gonna do my makeup. So honestly, I might be completely ready. I'm just wearing a dress and a skirt and some heels, and I'm gonna call it a day. I finished cleaning. I'll show you. My room doesn't look like a hot mess anymore. Those are like my pajamas and my blanket. But other than that, nothing is out. I feel a lot more like, I get very overwhelmed when my living space is a mess. So my brain was a bit overwhelmed. I still am feeling a little bit stressed out because I have no food, and I don't know what I'm gonna eat. I am home now. It's 10:30 something. I've been home for a while. I'm gonna be so honest. I left at intermission. I did. I left the Twilight concert early, and I'm not gonna sit here and yuck anybody's yum, because I definitely think that it is some people's cup of tea, and there were so many people there having fun, and I've heard from so many people that have had an incredible time. It just was not my cup of tea. Specifically tonight, just wasn't feeling it. I think I was expecting more of like an orchestra concert, and that's definitely not the vibe that it was. It was more of like a movie showing, and the orchestra was there. And like, yeah, they also, and listen, I've seen a lot of people on TikTok getting mad about the crowd interactions and things like that, but the crowd is encouraged to interact. So I'm not going to sit here and complain about that, because why would I get mad about people doing what they were told to do, right? They were encouraged to laugh, scream, have a good time. I just do think that opens the door for a lot of people to kind of take advantage of that. And I was surrounded by people that talked over the whole thing, just would not stop talking. And I don't know, I just was not having the best time. So when there was an intermission, which I didn't know there was, I left. I did. And I'm kind of bummed because it was a waste of $50, but I'm also proud of myself for going. Okay, I would have never known I didn't like it if I didn't go. I say way too much. So yeah, I'm glad I went. Yeah. And, you know, although I lost $50, I do think it is important to try new things, to go to things. And you know what? It's better to learn I didn't like it than to always be like, damn, I wish I would have gone. You know what I mean? As someone who has really bad anxiety, and the anxiety has stopped me from doing so many things in my life, I would rather go to something and like decide to leave that experience after like being there than spending my whole life wondering, oh, what if I went, you know? So that's kind of where I'm at. I am going to rinse off and watch Heated Rivalry. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about Heated Rivalry for a minute. I read the book last week. I think time is confusing. I can never remember. And ate that shit up. Ate it up. Big fan. And then I watched the show yesterday, and I think immediately watching the show after finishing the book is like adding fuel to the fire of my obsession, because oh my god, you guys, I am obsessed with these silly little gay hockey players, and I'm about to make it everybody's problem. I'm going to make it, I already have been making it everyone's problem. I haven't shut up about it for the past couple days, okay? But it's just so good. And the adaptation is genuinely so good so far. I know there's only 2 episodes out, but it's so good. The actors, I need to look up the actors' names, but the guy who plays Ilya is actually perfection. Like, the way he portrays him is so well done, and it's just so good. And then the guy who plays Shane is the same. It's just, they are so incredible, and I think their chemistry is insane. They portray their characters like better than I even read them in the books. And one thing that I think always gets lost in adaptations is, you know, in the books you have a lot of internal dialogue, and you don't get that in the movies and shows. So it then becomes the actor's responsibility to portray the internal dialogue through the way the emotions they portray with the facial expressions, right? And, you know, sometimes they miss the mark. I'll say it. Ilya and Shane are not missing the mark. There's one scene, I don't remember if it's in the first or second episode, but when Ilya wins the cup and Shane is watching him, and you could see the layers of emotions on his face. You could see his chin quiver. You can see his eyes go through the different emotions, and then remembering the internal dialogue that he was thinking at that time. They both are doing incredible. Like, I could not imagine a better pairing for Shane and Ilya. Like, I genuinely think this is one of the best adaptations I've ever seen, and I think they also are staying so true to the book while they're also changing things, but changing things that are, dare I say, for the better. And I think it's just so well done. And I do fear when you have an adaptation for a book like Heated Rivalry that is 80% smut. It is so spicy that I was kind of worried how they were going to put that on the screen, because, you know, that level of intimacy between the characters is so important to their plot. But you also can't just have, like, explicit sex scenes all the time in shows. Like, that's not how it works. And I think the way that they did it is extremely well done, and I think it stays so true to the book, if that makes sense. But yeah, if anyone wants to yap about Heated Rivalries, please let me know, because I have a folder of edits on TikTok that I need someone to send to someone, to yap to someone about. No one in my life has read it yet, and a couple of my friends that want to watch it are reading it first, so they haven't watched it yet, or they're gonna start it soon. But I'm impatient. I need to yap. I also need the rest of the episodes now. The way that we ended, we never even kissed. I don't know how I can be normal about this, okay? I am obsessed with it. I am obsessed with these silly little gay freaking hockey players. I am simply obsessed with it. So that's where I'm at. So it's Sunday night, it's 5:00, and there's been a slight change of plans. I have felt nauseous all day long. I haven't been able to eat anything, drink anything. I just have not felt good. There's a stomach bug going around work last week, so I canceled all plans for today. I was supposed to go to the game, Cavs game, with my mom, but I, one, didn't want to go and, like, if I am sick, get everyone else sick, and two, the last place you would ever want to be with a stomach bug is a sporting event. So we found someone to take the tickets, so they're not going to waste, and they're very excited. So that is all good. But I'm in my bed. I have not done a single thing today. I got coffee with my sister this morning, and my tummy hurt so bad. I took one sip and my tummy hurt so bad. And then I watched the Formula 1 race. McLaren stays its own worst enemy. They screwed over Lando, yes, but they screwed over Oscar so bad with their strategy today. It's actually insane. They're more focused on being fair to their drivers than actually like giving their drivers good strategy. You have two drivers that are in competition for the driver champion, and you managed to fumble that so bad. And I want to give Oscar a hug. Like, he was gonna win that race. And McLaren single-handedly fucked it up for their own driver. I swear to God, they hate their drivers. Like, they are the biggest clowns. Like, that was ridiculous. I sitting on my couch knowing very little about strategy for Formula One could have done a better job. Okay, I'm not getting worked up again, but that was bad. So excited for Abu Dhabi, nervous, but we'll see how it plays out. I was gonna work on my reading journal a little bit. I am so behind, and tomorrow is December 1st, and I genuinely was just like flipping through it, and I did not read a good chunk of the books on my radar. Listen, I don't make strict TBRs because I am nothing if not a mood reader. So I do like radars, like books on my radar. And the way I just completely veered away from that radar this month. So I gotta do that. I gotta fill in the books I read. I make spreads for all my favorite books. This is Mates. I want to make one for Heated Rivalry. But I have a feeling that's gonna... Oh, God, this one. I made one for all the Carly Fortune books I read this summer. Wait, this one's also one of my faves. Like, are you joking? Wait, I'll show the other one too. Oh my God, I just hit myself in the face. The only one I didn't make one for is Meet Me at the Lake because I didn't love that one. But I want to make one for Heated Rivalry. I also need to like fill in my like monthly pick for November. I need to fill in my 5 stars. I always do like a 25 books I want to read in 25 or 24 and 24, and I never do it. I start off really strong and then I just never do it. Listen, if I force myself to read certain books, I'm not going to enjoy it. I need to add some more of my 5 stars. So yeah, I got a lot to do in my journal. Maybe we'll work on it tonight. Maybe we will do it this week. But God, I want to reread Deep End. Actually, the way that I felt reading that book, insane. But yeah, that's all for now, I guess. I need to plan my week, plan my meals, kind of get my life together. But for now, that's all. I'm gonna go probably make a TikTok. I want to do the 1 girl 10 obsessions, but you guys, I have so many obsessions, and I want for one of them to be like being a fangirl. But how do I put all the things that I'm a fangirl about in one? It's hard. Okay, now I'm just yapping the app, so I'm gonna go. See y'all next time. Bye.